Both teams have played well and have shown flashes of playing really well, like they could have done better. And 25th kind of feels a bit disappointing for some of the skill levels you've got here. But the Akwesasne team, young and growing. The Philippines team also building and developing. So fast break right away for the Aces. Kobe Cree slows it back down. Tries a hidden ball trick, can't do it. Gets the ball back now, breaks down the middle, gets pushed from behind, no call there, wanted one. And the ball goes over to Gavin McLaughlin of Team Philippines. Now, one of the things you'll notice if you've been watching some of these games is that even at this late stage of the tournament, some of the teams' rosters are changing. Now, some of it's been guys who've had to leave, but more it's been when this tournament started on Thursday, there were plenty of guys who were tied up with work and jobs and couldn't get here. And then as the tournament goes on, they get to where they're playing. Troy Benedict comes away with the ball, the goalie for Akwesasne, and the Aces move it forward. So even now for Akwesasne, we have a couple of players who were just arriving to play in their first game. We'll tell you about them as we can. Trevin David with the ball right now, working a little two-man game. Trayton Mitchell. Ball kicks around. And is picked up by Jimmy Chadwick. That shot stopped by Jim Manye, the Philippines goalie. And so the Philippines go back on the offense. Brian Birmingham with the ball now. Shifty righty has played well throughout the tournament. Dropped back to Rowan Diano. And they say no touch there by Troy Benedict. Ball comes back to the Aces. Fed ahead. That is Keldrin King. And he showed us the full trick bag. There you go, the fakes. The other day, he showed us absolutely everything. We're at a game for the Aces over at the Onondaga Fieldhouse. And King scored his first goal with an around-the-world shot. Then he missed on a behind-the-back shot. He scored on a dangle. He scored. It was sort of everything he could do. He opened the full trick bag, and boy, was it fun to watch. There from the outside on the board first, it's the Philippines as Ryan Lewis breaks the seal on this game and makes it 1-0 with just about 12 minutes remaining in the first half. So Lewis with the big shot from the outside. And we go back to the dot with Kobe Cree matched up against Julio Ramirez.
Philippines goal, his first in the game, scored
so,
5, Ryan.
Ball gets kicked around.
Assist, number 16, Justin Hussey.
Picked up in the corner. Terrell Mitchell. And the big man is rumbling. The Mitchell brothers play for Akwesasne. You have to make sure you know which is which. Fed down low, missed there. Picked up and turned around by the Philippines. AJ Beek. From Birmingham gets it off to James Shutt. Too many righties on the floor right now. They have 4 righties, and here comes Beek to the bench. But they still bring a righty out, so it's still a 4 righty, not what you want. Nice save by Benedict on that shot inside from Birmingham. And Birmingham steps in the crease. But it's going to stay the Philippines ball as they're going to have a man-up opportunity. So the first power play of the game goes to the Philippines, already with a 1-goal lead. And now they get a 1-minute man advantage. Again, we're playing 15-minute halves until some of the later games tonight. And by the way, that penalty on 77, who we don't, on Braden Barilko. And there's a score from James Shutt. James Shutt down low. nets his first goal of the game. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Philippines as they quickly cash in a man advantage. So now it's Ramirez against Nicolas Tremblay at the dot. Tremblay can't get away. Big hit there, over and back. Gonna be called there as Gavin McLaughlin picked it up, got 1 foot across the line and got driven back. Daniel Lazor with the ball. So I'm sorry, I said that it was shut with the goal. It was not. Shut with the assist on that goal. That ball came away to Ryan Lewis, the first goal scorer. Out comes McLaughlin. Let's see if he's going to try it. No, he's going to pull back. Ball on the left side now. Jeff Geddes. Geddes drives his man low, shovels, can't get there. Price paid by C.J. Schuster, but in paying that price, he keeps the ball for the Philippines. Ball kicked around some more. Moved across, cycled through. A little bit of trouble there for Schuster. Loses the ball. 17 still on the shot clock, but they can't keep it. Up with it is Barilko. Barilko, who got that penalty that led to the first man-up goal, the second goal of the game, has been good on defense the whole tournament. Has really shown good aggressiveness and has shown a nice touch when he's been playing forward. So Lazor with an under move, 18 on the shot clock. Ball in the corner. We've got one defender for the Philippines who's broken his stick. Stopped by Magne. Lazor comes away with the ball, fresh 30. Now it's Evan Printup. Fed in front to Lazor. Nice save. Oh, they say he scores. I thought they were going to get the push call, but no, it got a piece of Magne, but got by. So Daniel Lazor scores his first of the game, and it's 2-1. Lazor with the little inside move, and truthfully, the Philippines got caught trying to get the extra stick back on. So they had C.J. Schuster, whose stick had broken, playing defense, and they were calling for him to come and get it as the ball had been dropped by Printup. He left the area that he was filling, which made it easy for Lazor, and unfortunately for the Philippines, Printup missed the ball for about a second. Had he missed it for maybe 5 seconds, it would have been okay. Troy Benedict makes the stop there on Ryan Lewis, and Lewis will start things off as they go back into play for the Philippines. Alex Scrifano was the one who started play actually on the left-hand side. Birmingham with the ball down right. Now Scrifano. That pass gets knocked down. Could have been a fast break, but the missed scoop. Jimmy Chadwick couldn't come up with the ball first, so slows things down, but only for a moment. Chadwick now involved in a break, but the Philippines have numbers. So now it's Chadwick with the ball. And here's Lazor, who scored the first goal. Dropped down on the pick and roll game, a little two-man game played between Tristan Thompson, Junebug, as they call him, and Trayton Mitchell, but that doesn't work, and the ball goes to the Philippines, and now brought up the floor by Justin Hussey. Hussey drops it back. John Tornabene stays on to play offense. Tornabene showed good speed in the transition. Been a fun transition player to watch. Schuster with the ball. Drops that back. Cusio. And that ball gets knocked down, and so does Cusio, and now starting the fast break for Akwesasne. That long pass gets there and scores. Kobe Cree takes the long length of the floor pass, makes a move, gets Jim Monye to move, and then gets the ball by him to tie things up. Akwesasne gonna look to run. They look to do the break. It is something you expect basically from all of the native teams. It's not that other teams are not looking for the break. It's that there's a lot of risk reward involved in having guys cheat down the floor, etc. King misses the chance to get a good lick there on Tornabene. Tornabene using that quickness keeps him out of trouble. So now you've got Diano. I think I called a different name. It was Diano. It was the lefty. That shot off the stick of Geddes. So we'll see the call here. A slashing call against Akwesasne that will set the Philippines up with another man up. Andre Forte, he's one of the new players just here for this game, has not played prior to this in this tournament. Nice feed inside. Geddes hits Cusio. Cusio gets his first goal. So the Philippines never trailed in this game, but they do get an answer when Akwesasne scores 2 in a row. So now we go back to the faceoff dot. Julio Ramirez and Kobe Cree. The ball gets one back. Ryan Lewis comes away with it.
Akwesasne goal scored.
Lewis drives the center, shovels it. Troy Benedict has the save.
Canada goal 501. Akwesasne
Now the ball comes up the far side. That's Skylar David.
and 339.
So
Goal scored by 18.
I should point out that in one of their games in this tournament, I'm trying to remember who they were playing.
329 on the power play.
Akwesasne throws that one away, but comes away with the ball after. Can't beat the shot clock with the feed in front, so the Philippines will have the ball. But Akwesasne, and I'm trying to remember which game it was, had a game where they fell behind, came all the way back, took the lead, then took a bad penalty and pretty much fell apart. As here's a breakaway, stopped Andre Forte. And I don't know what Forte is complaining about. He ran right through the crease and then he went and touched the ball. That's going to get a whistle every single time. You cannot run through the goal circle and then be the first to play it, the first to touch it, catch it on the first pass. It basically, but you are, unlike field lacrosse, allowed to run through the goal circle as an offensive player if your momentum carries you that way. So here's Skylar David bringing the ball up in transition. The ball gets dropped off for Trevon David. David can't put that one on the frame. Ball stuck behind. Now David winds up playing. So even though he said, I came around, there was lots of time. It doesn't make a difference. Basically, the ball had not been played by others. So they roll it out. Justin Hussey brings the ball forward, marked by Connor Sunday. Connor Sunday, the other player who's brand new for Akwesasne at this event at this point. So the ball kicking around down deep. Fed in front, they got to try to get that shot off, and Shutt cannot get it off. Takes a little check as a result. The ball comes back to Akwesasne. And the Aces go back on the attack. This is Tremblay with the ball. It's it down in the corner to Chadwick, who fed it back, unable to handle it. Ball now rolling around near the crease. Ryan Lewis fighting for it for the Philippines. Manye out, kind of redirecting the ball, gets it pulled into the crease. They could have just kept it dirty and waited for the 30-second shot clock. But they also could have kept it and just waited for the end of the half, which is what we just got to. It's been a very entertaining half. Time went so quickly, I actually thought there was a little more time left. So we've come to a break in the action. Your score here from Onondaga Nation Arena is the Philippines 3, the Akwesasne Aces 2. You're watching the 25th place game at the Lax All-Stars North American Invitational, brought to you by Nike Lacrosse.
What is the future of sport? The next evolution of athlete? Well, we hypothesized that athletes will develop the sixth sense, if you will. Extremely heightened instincts. If you look across the animal kingdom, a sixth sense is innate to many species. With the right tools, our athletes can acquire an inexplicable connection to see without seeing, to feel without feeling, to do things that for thousands of years didn't seem humanly possible.
At Sisu, we take a very scientific approach to making sure our technologically advanced, doctor-developed, scientifically backed, industry-changing mouthguards are the most protective, lightest, talkable, breathable, comfortable, drinkable, remoldable mouthguards on the planet to guarantee you're protected. No matter what comes your way, the Sisu Next Gen. Sisu, talk, breathe, drink.
I think that's what I've been saying. Well, welcome back to the second half of what's been a very entertaining game. 25th place on the line between the Philippines and the Akwesasne Aces. I'm Chuck Jaffe on the call. And that ball kicked around. This is a bad turnover. It's going to lead to a breakaway. Skylar David knots it up on the feed from Andre Forte. So it was a bad turnover there that created the play. What happened was that James Shutt picked up the ball, but was in trouble, was being guarded and pressured, turned to throw it back to AJ Beek, who was heading for the bench. Beek didn't see the pass coming. Ball skipped by him into the end where Akwesasne players were waiting. Kobe Cree comes away with that ball on the draw. No numbers. So here's Chadwick. Cree feeds that. And there's another goal for Akwesasne as they get the lead for the first time today. Cree with his second of the game. So the Aces, for the first time today, have a lead. They fell behind early. They tied it up. But as I told you, in a game the other day, they had fallen behind. They worked hard to tie it up. They got a lead, and then they sort of fell apart. So we want to see them do well.
With an assist, number 9, Kendrick Angus. Time of the goal, 13:55.
Oh, and they're telling us that number 9 is not Jimmy Chadwick, but is Kendrick Angus. So sorry for those who have been watching and saying I've been getting the wrong guy. Ooh, and there's an answer from James Shutt. James Shutt with the quick turn and fire. Slides one by. Shutt has his second goal of the game. So Troy Benedict unable to get post to post on that one. And we're knotted at 4 with 12 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in regulation. The game before this one did go to overtime. And they call Cree for the loose ball push against Ramirez. Ramirez now heads to the bench.
Philippines goal, scoring by number 26, James Schutt. With an assist by number 4, Warren Diano.
The save there by Benedict.
18, Matt Rocco. Time that goal, 13:04.
So nice play there. But a good save. Good play there by Geddes, but Troy Benedict comes up with the save. That ball led ahead. Here's King. King, there's a dangle. Full trick bag. Hits that off the goalie. And as part of the Akwesasne system, guys are playing whatever their position is, but then they're playing a bit out. So King, who is so dangerous up front, is really not playing forward in this game. So he heads to the bench, even though he just earned a fresh possession. Shot wide. Loose ball picked up. Trevin David. And now the break going the other way. Remember, offensive zones are in the, or benches are in the offensive zone in the second half, which can sometimes lead to fast breaks. Ryan Lewis was trying to hit Schuster coming off the bench. Here's James Schutt. 2 goals today, being matched up. Gets his hands free, goes behind the back, and gets it by. James Schutt, with his 3rd of the game, goes behind the back to glory. As he drives one way, shoots it back behind his back on the side he's leaving. And that's a good example of why guys go behind their back in box. You know, when I was young, and I'm an old guy, when I was young, if you went behind your back or behind your head, it was considered hot dogging. And then it wasn't really considered hot dogging because you got to a spot where guys were using it to basically say, oh, I'm a right-hander, but if I go behind my head, it gives me a lefty's release point. Cree comes away with that ball. Cree winds up drilling Magne. They say the angle he took was okay, so it doesn't wind up becoming a problem. That very dangerous to me. Fed in front, stopped by Benedict. Birmingham gets the loose ball, gives it up to Schuster, stopped by Benedict. Loose ball picked up, driven ahead. Here's King. Again, full trick bag, and he scores. He didn't really have to empty it there. He just kept it as quiet as possible. And that goal ties things up at 5. Finishing my point about Schutt going behind the back, when you go behind your back or behind your head, you're basically getting the release point of the other hand. In other words, if you're right-handed and you go behind your head, it is what would happen if you changed hands and had things go out left-handed. So here comes Evan Printup on the draw against Ramirez. And they say that Printup moved early.
With an assist from 71, Andre Forte. And number 1, Troy Benedict.
So they're saying it's Keldrin King. And we've got a penalty coming. This is an interesting call because of who called it. It was further away from the play. But it gives the Philippines a man advantage. And they now go on the man up. It's Schuster, Schutt, and Birmingham. Geddes stopped by Benedict. Scooped by Diano. Now Schuster gets it over on that side to Schutt. Piece of it for Benedict. The loose ball comes away. They get this ball back to King. And he goes behind the head, and now is going to give reverse transition opportunities. Schutt coming off the bench, 3-on-2. Birmingham slows it down, now goes for the trailer, and Schuster got checked in the head and then got drilled a second time, so we'll be interested to see if they give one or two. There are still 5 seconds remaining in the first penalty, which was to Connor Sunday. That penalty will expire. They won't be allowed to put the man, I don't believe, the fourth man on the field. So, yeah, they're sending King back to the box because the penalty was released. So it's a 2-man advantage for a second. And oh, by the way, that's Andre Forte. The new players have picked up a couple of penalties. Forte is in the box for the Aces. Shot down low to Birmingham. They say Birmingham stepped in the goal circle. So it's Skylar David bringing the ball forward. Now this is where, like, Akwesasne haven't gotten that penalty. What I said is they had gotten in the game, they let a bad penalty, took a bad penalty, and then made things worse. You want to see them hold their composure here because they certainly have a chance to win this game. It's 5-5, 16 seconds remaining on the man advantage. That ball kicks off Manye, and it's loose. Finally picked up by Tornabene and headmanned up, but that basically kills the penalty. So Schuster with the ball, and here's Andre Forte playing defense. And I said Forte new to the team this weekend. I mean, he's played with them before, but this is his first game, and he's got to have a breakaway chance if he can corral it, and he does. Forte, and he scores the cross-hander on the breakaway. So Forte gets his second goal. King with the assist. We get back to the dot with 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in what has been a very entertaining game.
Akwesasne goal scored by number 71, Andre Forte. With an assist, number 15, Hilton King. Count that goal, 5:34.
So, Schutt with the ball. They say he stepped in the goal circle. King with it. Feeds that ahead again, long looping pass. So they will settle things down, will the Aces. Fed down low, unable to get it there, Trevin David. They couldn't connect. Don't have numbers here for the Philippines. So 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Over and back was called. Tough for you to see from your angle because tough for the camera to see. It was right at the foot of the bench, the near side bench. That's one place that you could have a blind spot here. So Printup lost the ball as he was driving the net. Kicks that out. And there's a goal from the outside. I believe that is Kendrick Angus. We had said it was Jimmy Chadwick, but I believe that's actually Kendrick Angus, number 9, as he takes the feed from Printup. And the Aces, for the first time today, have a 2-goal lead. It is 7-5 with 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Remember, it was the Philippines who went out first. The Aces came back. The Philippines retook the lead. The Aces came back again. So this is what we would have liked to have seen from the Aces the other day when they sort of lost their composure. Here, when they got down and they got a penalty, they fought through the penalties. And instead, the same aggressiveness as Barilko's there. Barilko's waiting to see it. Oh, we're going to wind up with 2 penalties here, as the ones losing their composure right now would be the Philippines. Ramirez, and I have no idea how Ramirez is not going to the box. Ramirez jacked up Barilko, who, as I told you, I've loved his aggression throughout the tournament. I would have expected Barilko to respond, and he didn't. So I would have expected only to have one penalty. They wound up not giving it to him. We wound up at the other end, Ryan Lewis getting a penalty. And Lewis's penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct is about the fact that he shot the ball after the whistle, which is considered unsportsmanlike conduct. So Cree with the ball from the outside. He gets stopped by Magne. Loose ball kicks out, picked up by Tremblay. Swim move there. Tremblay tries to go low angle. That's not going to work at this level. Cree intercepts the pass, gets it in front. A little behind, around the world kind of shot. So here comes the Philippines. 10 seconds left on the penalty. So plenty of people, as you look at this with 1 minute and 38 seconds left, plenty of people that could be the stars of this game. We need to give 3 stars, and we will. Still lots that could happen with 7-5 as your score. Gavin McLaughlin gets his hands free, shoots that wide. That loose ball bounces out. Shot clock expires. Skylar David. Now he has to start. Skylar David just created himself a fast break. But there he's smart enough to not do anything with it because he didn't have a good angle and dishes it back. And now you've got Keldron King with the ball. He is special. Just saying, full trick bag. Shot from the outside goes up and into the rafters. That means with 55 seconds left, it's Philippines ball. Let's see if they have Magne head to the bench. They do not, so they're not pulling him for the extra attacker. He's walking halfway up. But I don't know why you would wait with 22 seconds on the shot clock. So here comes King with the 3-on-1. King cuts back inside. Rolled around. Ball gets back. Ramirez cannot come up with it. Barilko. So Ramirez gets that ball back to Schuster. He shoots it high. Geddes scores. Jeff Geddes snags a rebound and sticks it with 18.3 seconds remaining. And it's 7-6. Akwesasne, the Aces, have a lead, but the Philippines has life. So now we'll see whether or not they, A, call a timeout or wait for possession if they get it, and B, what they do with Magne, who is well out of the crease, but not coming to the bench. The Aces playing everyone in their defensive zone. Cree wins that faceoff, and it's a breakaway, and here's King. King's just going to play the time off. Very, very smart to kill the time, not give any chance. And they get the push, and that's going to do it. It leaves 1.2 seconds left. And that will do it. So your final score, the Akwesasne Aces, 7. The Philippines, 6.
Final score, Akwesasne 7.
It is Akwesasne getting 25th place. So your 3 players of the game. Your 3rd star for the Philippines, it's James Schutt, who had a hat trick. For the Akwesasne Aces, it is Andre Forte, the 2nd star of the game, 2 goals and an assist. And the 1st star of the game, I'm sorry, the 2nd star of the game was Kobe Cree with 2 goals. And then the 1st star of the game, Keldron King. So Kobe Cree gets the 2nd star, Keldron King gets the 1st star. Those are your stars of the game. The final, 7-6. Akwesasne Aces beat the Philippines to gain 25th place. There's another game coming, and you should be watching all the action today on laxallstars.com. We'll be back with more later. I'm Chuck Jaffe. Thank you for joining me. You're watching the Lax All-Stars North American Invitational from Syracuse, New York, brought to you by Nike Lacrosse. Thanks for watching, everybody.
What is the future of sport? The next evolution of athlete? Well, we hypothesized that athletes will develop the sixth sense, if you will. Extremely heightened instincts. If you look across the animal kingdom, a sixth sense is innate to many species. With the right tools, our athletes can acquire an inexplicable connection to see without seeing, to feel without feeling, to do things that for thousands of years didn't seem humanly possible.
At Sisu, we take a very scientific approach to making sure our technologically advanced, doctor-developed, scientifically backed, industry-changing mouthguards are the most protective, lightest, talkable, breathable, comfortable, drinkable, remoldable mouthguards on the planet to guarantee you're protected. No matter what comes your way, the Sisu Next Gen. Sisu, talk, breathe, drink.